course, the attic room here is going to be MsMadLemon's project room, the new one. Though at the moment it's not ready yet because, you know, we've been just doing a lot of things around the house. This is the next thing to do so that I can, you know, get on with videos. But I've got a temporary setup here, as you can see. Now, as you can see, this room is full of a lot of stuff, both mine and Rich's. And yes, we need to kind of sort stuff out here and sort this room out in general. Okay, so this is what I've done with this project room so far, the attic room. Yeah, so there's still a lot to do, but I mean, if you look here, I've put this up. Yes, I've got a lot of stuff to sort out. Not to mention a workbench to be built on that side of the room, which may take some time, but at least for now, I want to get this side of the room sorted. How did I end up with so much stuff? Well, I guess having an interest in lots of things, and also, you know, meeting someone who has interest in lots of things, as wonderful as it is, you end up with so much clutter around you. So we're both just as bad as each other. Some of you will probably remember this clip from back in April 2022, where I'm grooving to mostly 90s techno or Eurodance tracks, while setting everything up. I've periodically added clips to this video as things have progressed, as well as showing anything new which I've got. Things have not been straightforward with regards to my project room, but I'll elaborate more on that later in the video. For now, I'll just let you enjoy the ride. Okay, so this is what I've done so far. And yes, I've been getting a lot of comments about these stairs and people worrying that I may roll back on the actual chair and fall down them. Rest assured that, well, there's going to be a balcony here where these two storage containers are. However, the chair is actually not easy to roll because the carpet friction. And not only that, I don't need to take it this far back. So yeah, I am very aware, believe me, but it doesn't faze me somehow. You know, I'm very careful about this. I'm very aware of myself. We have my happy 1200 on screen there. It's probably the only part of my setup other than the Commodore 64 with the dual SID that's gonna go into the mixer. And the stuff behind the chair I'm still yet to sort out, so you know, that's yet to come. Do excuse this for being a bit cluttery for the time being, but I do wish to have another Amiga setup, preferably where that PlayStation 1 is there. Yes, there's a keyboard on top of it. I think there'll be a perfect space for one of my Amiga 600s. I'm gonna upgrade this one, but I'm gonna do it in its own video, of course. So for now, I'm gonna be creating this, you know, just unboxing and creating this stand here, just for use over there. Now, other than this, there is something else that has arrived, which I'm yet to unbox. This big thing here. I have no idea what this stand is actually like. I just bought it because it looked nice, but then looking nice and actually being nice is two different things. So I'll just construct it and see how everything is. Comes with its own screwdriver. First of all, I'm hoping my Amiga 600 actually fits under this thing from side to side. It seems to be, but I mean, that's what I measured it for, but oh, you know what's something? I'm just gonna be lazy and get my Makita drill out. Why not? It just saves time, doesn't it? There we go. Pretty easy to make, actually. Let's see if the Amiga 600 goes inside it or underneath it. I just hope it's high enough. I know it's wide enough. Just hope I don't have to omit that the middle shelf. Oh, it's Do I have to with that middle shelf? I think I have to. And this feet still to go on it, yeah, but still, that's not gonna be enough. Maybe I could just prop it onto something. Oh, this it's actually really nice, this thing. You know something? The strange thing is, one little issue like this, like the 600 not going underneath that little stand thing, plinth thing, can end up somehow making you rethink your entire setup. I don't know how that happens, but it does. So I'm gonna, you know, rejig everything around a little bit. But the annoying thing is, to get this Sony mini disc recorder out of here, I'm gonna have to take all this off. It doesn't come out of here, it comes out of there. So yeah, you're lucky people get to see the freaking spaghetti behind here. What I'm actually thinking of here is the Amiga 600 being here. Let's see if it fits first. Yes, it does. And actually that's good because I can put like drives or anything PCMCI. So yeah, all that is gonna be the space for the second Amiga. Yes, I'm happier with that. Actually, that's how it used to be with my Amiga 500 back in the day. I used to have one of these shelf racks back, you know, in the day, and it was on the desk with the Amiga 500 there with a CRT on top of here, and there's actually a tape recorder on top of it as well back in the day. So I'm in a funny way, I'm reverting back to how it used to be back in the day without knowing, subconsciously. Maybe I have the similar ways of thinking. I guess some things never leave you. Yes, spaghetti, okay? You can't help it when you've got this much stuff. Actually, I'll probably just get away with sneaking it out of there. Can I? Please say I can. No, I cannot. I have to take the entire thing off. At least the Sony mini disc recorder is not in jail anymore. Right, so there we go. We have the Amiga 600 sitting comfortably there. Of course now I need to take off these two systems because this entire stack of systems is going to go at the bottom there instead of the Amiga 600 going there. So I think that's a much better place. Now yesterday I assembled this and I even took off the center shelf so the Amiga 600 would actually fit in. Sometimes there can just be that one thing which changes the entire setup, and this is not one thing, and the poor thing's not even used in the setup anywhere. Because my Amiga 600 exists here now, under the monitor. Now that Amiga 1200 there is completely, you know, upgraded. It has the TurboFire 1260. I'm going to use it for music production, mostly, and any other productivity, not to mention, you know, if there's any games or demos that require a higher spec Amiga. And next to it is the Amiga 600, which I will link in the description below if I've done the video already, depending on when we get the room done, of course. But yeah, that will be obviously a purely gaming one. I'm thinking WHD load games, demos, so forth. So I want dedicated Amigas for different things. And obviously they're going to be connected differently as in the audio. Right, so enough geeking out about Amigas, I just cannot help myself. But yeah, as you can see, things have changed around a bit, and I personally think it's a bit more neater, a bit more lighter looking, and so forth. You know, the hi-fi stack is at the bottom on the shelf with the mixer next to it, the actual mixing console, sorry. Now, other than this thing here that I need to unbox, I also have something else that I would like to unbox that just arrived today, and that is the Pioneer DM40. And that is, these are the speaker system, which is going to be here. Now these have been recommended for, decent speakers. They're, of course, budget speakers, the active ones, but they're best in the budget one, of course. And for a room this size, I think it'll be absolutely perfect. My brother actually has one for his DJ setup, so I decided to get some, except in white this time. Because I do like the light and airy feel of this room. Someone described it to be more like a tree house than, than an attic room. And I kind of like that feeling. So thank you, whoever that was. Now bear in mind, this thing is not going to go to waste. I have more than one Amiga 600. I will use it for something else, possibly in another room. Now, as I said, I got these in white because I want to continue the light and airy feel to this room. I'm glad it's light and airy because it will give me more light when I'm filming, but also it just feels, a lighter room feels like a bigger room. If you have dark colored walls, then it feels more closed in. So, I would rather, I know how to work this. I set my brothers up for him. I mean, I've seen them in images, but in person, they really are nice looking. Now, we have two speakers, but one of these, is the main one because it has, the power and amplification circuitry all built in here. So, this is just the main one, including the amplifier, and this just connects to this. I'm actually glad I got these in white. They look really nice. Another person who likes buying things in white is Rich. I mean, I can go either black or white. Normally my first choice tends to be black, but it just depends on the situation. I mean, if we're talking hi-fis, I go silver. Because I love the vintage silver look of amplifiers. Hi-fi stacks and separates. Now, the good thing about this is that it actually has two inputs. One 3.5mm jack input, and it's got one RCA input there. So I can connect two separate things to it. I can connect the OSSC to this one, and I can connect the output of the actual computer system on this one, and it'll just switch between both of them. One thing I find really odd about this is the power switches at the back. I really wish that there was like a push button, somewhere here, or even this being like a click. It's a pain having to go all the way to the back, just kind of like, it is annoying. I'm glad there's no power brick and this just has a built-in power supply. It just makes things a lot easier and it's just not extra blocks flying around. Now, one of the reasons why I got these was actually because they are really small and it's just perfect. My brother initially got these because my friend Retrohawk actually recommended these because he himself does DJ streams every Friday actually. He recommended to me, so I mentioned it to my brother. He got them, I liked them, he liked them, so I've decided to get myself. My goodness, wires just have their way of knowing how to tangle. I'm pretty sure they do it on purpose. Now I could just leave a bit of space, like a little gap or something, between each surface. I don't want to have it flush completely or else it'll just vibrate and distort and not sound as nice as it should. Oh my goodness, I really hope this wire is speaker-wise long enough. Oh, I think it might just be about. Now the other one is going to go all the way on the other end, on that side. Right, so my BVM monitor is going to be here. That's what it's waiting for. It's still on my old place, but yeah, this is the place it's going to be. So I want the speaker to be on the other side of it. Now I'm just hoping that that speaker wire is going to be long enough for this. Oh my god, just that's its limit. How many situations have I been in where I just thought, if only it was 2 centimeters longer. But it's fine, it actually fits. It's just that I just would like a bit of slack in the wire. It does have some slack, but just as much as I'd like it to have. Hopefully there'll be enough space for the BVM here. There we go. Working absolutely perfectly, and it sounds amazing. The sound feels balanced. Bass, trebles, mid-range. Just as they should really, because they're monitor speakers. And now I'm excited. I've got a permanent Amiga setup up here. Because finally I am eager to open this. Yes, that's right. I ended up getting the Cobalt 8X by model instead of just the Cobalt 8. Yes, I returned the previous one. I really didn't want to because I really loved the form factor. However, the only one thing which bothered me about it is that it just didn't have enough keys. And, you know, I just decided that I needed more keys for it. But I prefer the form factor of that one. It's just the size it is. It's just really nice. But, you know, you need what you need. And I'm pretty sure I will fall in love with this one just as much. Essentially, it's the same thing, so I think I'm already in love with it. So there we go, we have the beautiful Cobalt 8X by model. I've already done a review of the model Cobalt 8, and you know, that's pretty much, you know, it's pretty much the same thing, except an extended version. There, you know, there is more keys here, which is exactly what I wanted. So, you know, this space here kind of looks odd to me visually. This is why I like form factor of the other one a little better. You know, it's just, it was like that. It was perfect. It was just perfect. You know, there was symmetry there. But, you know, one thing good about this is that I can place something else on top of here, which is, you know, what it's designed for. I know I said I like the form factor of the other one better, but I already love this one. The soul is the same inside each one of them. I later moved on to the Amiga 500 setup here, which you've seen before in a past talk video, which I did. Now then, it's taken a while for my project room to take shape. I know I've been saying a lot that I still need to get my project room done, but there is a good reason for that. All that setting up which you've just watched has been undone, and with good reason. Rich's daughter spent some time in the attic with me once and loved the vibe she got up there. It does hold some memories for her, for Rich and myself, so she sheepishly asked us if she could swap rooms. And, you know, she started warming up to the idea and picturing herself up there for a couple of weeks. At first, I had a few reservations because the 6 months which I've spent up there, actually probably a little more, despite it still being incomplete, I've created some really nice memories already. I love the atmosphere up here. It's light and airy. I actually hinted at all this happening in the backpack video, which I did. That was the last video I actually filmed in the attic room, and I haven't filmed up there since. While I'm doing that, I will let you know why I'm showcasing a little bit of this project area up here. As some of you know, well, most of you know, I'm setting up my new project area, this attic space. So here it is, my current setup, and in all its glory, how nice it is and all that, because it's gonna change. Yes, there's something else happening, and plans have changed, things have been decided, and yeah, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is. I'm going to keep it a mystery for now until until I show you in the future video, the future retro setup video and the room setup video. I'll leave it a mystery for now, but yeah, this is the main thing. It's going to change, so I kind of want to capture it as it is because I like it. Oh, your coffee! Oh, thank you. Call me coffee.
slipped with the milk, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Thank you. By the way, it's recording with you, so okay.
No. I do not give you permission to use this.
But her old room is actually more practical for a project room, and to be honest, I'm already creating a nice atmosphere in here. And, well, in here, yes. So I'm currently where I am. It still has a sloping roof or ceiling on one side of the room, and I'm glad it does, because I like sloping ceilings. It gives the room a bit more interest and, you know, it takes away that boxy feel. Especially if you're into vintage computers, hi-fi and everything else. Rich's daughter is extremely happy now in the attic room, and I've more than warmed up to the idea of my new project room. Looking back at it all, I don't regret moving up there. You know, it's kind of, I'm glad I managed to create an experience sometimes up there and some memories and immortalize the moments in my videos before everything got changed. So now I'm setting up in this room, and you all have another future project room setup video to look forward to. Thanks so much to all my patrons for supporting my channel, especially to you very kind top-tier supporters of mine who deserve an extra special thanks. Rich Garbett, Electronscape, Axel Dominator, Aaron Metcalf, Corey Ostman, Mark Bosak, Starglider77, Starlight Minako, Veronica Explains, and Chris Sevlensky. Have a lovely evening, everyone. Until next time, adios!